Paintball nerd.
Today's guest on Paintball Nerd started playing paintball in 1999. In 2006, he formed WillBallForSoup. He's got 20,000 plus subscribers and over 1 million views on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Scotty.
Zyzek, the paintball nerd, man. Thank you for having me on. I'm hyped. I'm pumped. Dude, I wasn't expecting such a blessing to be on the paintball nerd. And I had to go to the gym first.
Why weren't you expecting this? Tell me why.
You're the official guy. You're the NXL guy. They love you. They don't love me anymore. So I'm glad that we got this to happen. I'm glad we got it off the ground. But dude, I'm hyped. I'm very hyped. Dude, thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. And in a moment, we're gonna talk about why maybe they don't like you at the NXL. But before that, Scotty, we're gonna talk about you. How'd you get into paintball?
So, as a real little kid, 7, 8, 9, I would read the magazines at Barnes & Noble. I would sneak away and I'd grab 4 or 5 magazines, just plow through them. So I had this mental knowledge bank, begging my parents, insurance. You used to have to be 10 years old, right? And I would lie at 7 or 8 and say I was 10 so I can play. But I don't really think Dan Colby gave a fuck. He just wanted my dad's money. So shout out Paintball Blitz. Damn, you can see that scar. Whew, there it is.
Why'd you get that scar, Scotty? How'd you get that one?
So homie was waking me up for paintball. I sleep real deep. And he knows which window is mine. I have a first floor apartment. And he's pounding on my bedroom window. Not Dan Colby.
Who's the homie?
Ooh, should we put him on blast a little bit? Mikey, he was one of our coworkers. He was a referee. He was the one who pounded on my bedroom window, and I thought somebody was breaking in. So I just juggernaut through the fucking glass window. There's blood everywhere. This got sewn back together too. I don't know if you can see that shit. But yeah, man, there's horror movie amounts of blood. I still had my mental capacity. I was still cognizant of what the fuck is going on as I'm keeping the towel on me to not bleed out. But another paintball souvenir. It's just I don't care, dude. That's not going to kill me. It's not going to kill me.
No, it's chicks dig scars, right?
Yeah. I covered the nastiest part of it with this chin shit. I can grow a full fucking beard. My ability to grow beards is next level beard growth and development.
That's a strong flex. I mean, I don't have that flex. I'd like that flex.
How's the chest flex? So before I was fat, man, this shit would never happen. At 325, you would never see me hop on camera, dude. But it's a victory.
Not too big. Too big for the camera.
Or just too, I don't like people seeing me when I'm fucking fat, dude. I was at a WCPPL filming a team, and this guy takes a picture with me, and he posts it on Instagram, and I'm looking at this picture, and I'm like, that's not even me, dude. That's not even me. And he wanted a picture with me, and fucking Rainey Stanzik is at the event, too. And he wants a picture. He wants a picture with me, though, and he doesn't even know who Rainey is. And I'm like, Rainey has a, god tier paintball career. He's so fucking good at paintball. And I've played D3 a couple times and got limbed every time. But this dude wants a picture with me. So I owe it to him to not be a fat piece of shit. And I'm working on it.
You owe it to the fans. I owe it to the fans to be in shape, Scotty. Don't be fat.
I know. It's just
don't be fat.
I want to be fucking jacked. Every day I want to lift heavy ass weights. And it's fun. It's fun to lift heavy ass weights. How much do you bench, Zyzek?
Just 350.
350 about mouse bench.
Yeah.
Speaking of thick
taking
dudes,
it easy.
Yo, Marcelo put on 10 pounds of muscle between WCPPL and World Cup. I shook his hand.
It's all that pizza.
Oh yeah, all that pizza, chicken and rice, baby.
Yeah.
No, you look good, Marcelo. If you're watching this, you look good. I need to get on what
he does,
bro.
Slice house, dude. It's a fucking slice house.
Oh yeah, pizza just super conductive of big back gains. He's got this lat shit now too. Nice lats, Marcelo. Nice lats.
Scotty, what inspired WillBallForSoup?
Oh man, the name of it comes from just kind of being stoned in my dorm room. It used to be called something else. So it used to be called some Oh man, my PBN handle, my cringy ass PBN handle, Archangelion, which is based off of Evangelion, which is probably the best anime ever. I know I'm a fucking nerd. You probably haven't seen it. Nerd. So it was based off Evangelion, and that's what I would post on like dark side videos, like as like a 13-year-old, like, yo, dude, this is my Smart Parts Ion. It shoots 15 balls a second. So like when I see people make cringy ass content, I'm like, damn, I made cringy ass content too. Maybe my content's still cringy. Maybe I'm cringy right now.
Well, hey, you're kind of like, you might be the bad guy, right? You might be the villain,
The villain in Tom Cole's story. That's for damn sure.
Why do you think that is?
Tom is threatened by me because I can say whatever the fuck I want, really. Because I don't have a business interest. This is not a business. WillBallForSoup is not a business. I'm an artist. I'm a creator. I'm a pundit. I'm a critic. But I'm not a fucking business. So whatever they can't do anything to delegitimize where I'm going with this. The main reason Tom came after me, Tom did 2 fucking shows. He did 2 shows where he had the same diss, and it's Will lie for views. Why don't you call me before you're going to put out a story? Yo, he's attacking me as a person. He's not debating what I have to say. And that's what a fucking weak man does. He doesn't have the mental tenacity to hop in and say, here's why I like gambling in paintball. Here's why we don't pay the refs overtime. And if he could defend those points and have a conversation, I think things would be a lot better. But when he's using those personal attacks and he's hopping on Spick and Span, he's hopping on Play the Game, and he's saying the same shit, fuck you, Tom. I'm not going to really deal with that. And that's why I'm firing back. If you're not shooting at me, right? You're not going to shoot at me, Zyzek. If you're not shooting at me, I'm not going to shoot at you. So there are rules to this shit, right? But when
I would like to shoot at you. I just don't know what to shoot. I like what you do.
There's a lot of me to shoot at. But no, dude, like if you're cool, like I'll fuck with you. If you're being cool, I'll fuck with you. I don't care who you are. Like I'll share your shit. Just don't shoot at me and I won't shoot at you. But what Tom came after me for was the interview with the head ref, where the head ref is saying, yo, a lot of things were shitty at Cup. And then what the NXL does, they diss me, but then they quietly pay the refs overtime. So without me speaking up, there's this culture of retaliation in high-end paintball, where if you say too much of the truth, or if you say things that are too much against the business interest of the NXL, you're going to be retaliated against. And you'll see that with angles. They got rid of angles. You'll see that with, it's a revolving door of shit, man. And the people who are sticking around, that's the establishment. And that's what I'm punching up against. There's punching up and then there's punching down. I'm punching up, dude.
So am I going to get in trouble for having on my show? Am I going to get less views? Am I going to get blackballed?
I really don't know. But how fucking petty everybody is, there's a chance, man. There's a chance somebody... So as I'm breaking this Destiny story, right? I swear to God, one of the pieces of me breaking the Destiny story is, will they get dropped by Eclipse because I'm the one breaking the story? That's bullshit. It shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Why would they?
They don't want me to be right. They don't want me to be right.
What does you dropping the story have anything to do with Planet Eclipse?
Eclipse doesn't like me. Eclipse and I are a little bit hostile. So
why?
Why? That's a good question. There's this big story about how Eclipse and Core Outdoor were having a back and forth about Eclipse being for sale. There's a smoking gun. There's somebody who said, hey, I feel great that these 2 companies are going to merge. I'm not going to out who that is because I actually like him.
Out them, Scotty, is what you do.
All right, man. Fucking John D. John Dressner. John from PVN, right? There are 5, 6, 7 people saying, John told me that Eclipse and Core are going to merge, right? That happened. So then I get a call from maybe the people who made this gun. Maybe the people who made this gun talked to me. And they said, hey, I'm hearing a lot of chatter about this merger. So I put up this story. I'm like, hey, I'm hearing from a couple of different directions that Core is going to buy out Eclipse. And that story never happened. The buyout never came to fruition. So it could be, hey, they were working out the details. They couldn't meet in the middle. Or maybe me leaking it hurt the fucking deal. There's that possibility.
Or you lied. You lied the whole time, Scotty.
No, man. I have the DMs from 2 full-time employees of major paintball companies. I have those. I have 5 DMs from I was at this event where Mod John said he feels good about this. So, yeah.
So what happened?
What ended up happening is what? Nothing. The two companies are still separate, right? But there was major retaliation from Planet Eclipse. There was our Southwest sales rep and her husband doxing me over it. I got fucking doxed over this. And
what does
the
that
husband
mean, doxed?
Putting out my personal information, that type of thing. Whatever. Then there's also the threat like, hey, you're going to be sued. There's also the threat of we're going to do everything we can to make things hard for you. Brother, I live in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment. I live paycheck to paycheck. Things are already fucking hard. But if you want to find me in the parking lot and you want to handle this, man, I'm talking to you, Sydney, and your husband, Magic Mike. Like, that was not okay. How far you guys went, that was not okay.
What did Sydney and Magic Mike do?
Posted personal information, threatened me legally, threatened to do everything they could to make things hard for me. And that is a full-time employee of Planet Eclipse. And that's not okay. And that's why I will not shoot their guns anymore. I have moved to Lux. I'm a Lux man now.
That's another day in the life of WillBallForSoup, right?
I would say so. Like, it's wild, man. It's just paintball. There's the real world. There's the paintball world. I do this shit for fun. I do this shit because it's fun for me. Like, y'all need me. Y'all need somebody who doesn't give a fuck about like what the repercussions are. And I'm trying to get news out as fast as I can. I want to get stories, rumors. I'm not saying shit's 100% the truth, right? If I'm saying, hey, this is what my network is telling me, this is what could potentially come true, and I've been right 75% of the time. It's a rumors page. 50 to 75% being right is great. Like, I was right.
Here's how I look at it. I look at it as like, you are the paintball tabloids, and guess what? Everyone buys the tabloids because we want it. We want the story. Even if it's not true, you want to read it, you know?
Hell yeah.
But now that I'm talking to you, Scotty, I don't think you're the tabloids. I don't think you're the tabloids of paintball. You know what I think you are?
What am I?
You're the Alex Jones of paintball.
I lean right. I don't trust the government, right? So it's somewhere between like maybe an Alex Jones, maybe there's a little Andrew Tate in there about masculine development.
Sure.
Right? Going to the fucking gym every goddamn day.
Dude, you just went and got a pump out before this, right?
Yeah, so I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look fucking fat in this interview.
Don't look flat. Flat or fat? You don't want either. Yeah. You don't want flat either.
I get that. Like, I don't trust the narrative. I feel that there are things that people want to say, but they fear retaliation. So they send it to me, and I'm good about protecting my sources. So, like, if you're leaking to me, yo, this Destiny thing, Destiny's for sale. And that one hit. That one totally hit. But now there's, what does Destiny really think about the WNXL? And that layer is so fucking edgy. We're trying to get that out, but I don't want to hurt anybody. So that there's also that in my head, right? I'm not trying to hurt people. I'm totally not. If I say Planet Eclipse is for sale, that doesn't mean Planet Eclipse sucks. That doesn't mean I hate their guns. It means I'm getting big wins that there are people trying to buy out this company. It fucking happens. It's business. So I'm not really trying to go after anybody unless I have 100% intel you're a bad actor. Like the guys who sandbagged the WCPPL, they snuck in the D5 and they shit on everybody and they ruined the legitimacy of that tournament. So if you're going to sandbag an event and then win, hell yeah, I will unleash the cannons. But everyone else, if you're enjoying paintball, I'm going to leave you the fuck alone, dude. And if you're doing something cool, I'm going to share your shit. You don't even have to pay me.
Well, Scotty, you don't share my shit. Am I not your shit?
You are. I share your shit.
You do.
I will share your shit. If you tag me in something and you're cool, I will share your shit. Like,
what's going on with Destiny? What's happening there?
So the Destiny Pro spot is for sale, right?
Yeah.
I had a 30 to 40 minute conversation with B. As far as what's in that conversation, I'm going to have to go back and talk to her because she was very emotional, and I respect that, dude. Like, there are certain times where I'm going to be sensitive, and this is super fucking sensitive. So the things that came out in that call, I probably will not go live with until I have express consent from her. So I do show class at certain times with certain people. Other times you just fucking send it. But when I have that call and she's super emotional, I'm going to hold off until I get more permission to speak on it. But one like tidbit I'll leave here, right? We're calling them professional. Is that an accurate label? Is the WNXL, is that accurate for women in paintball? Is it accurate to call them professional? Interesting.
Is it accurate to call the rest of the professionals, the large percentage of them that don't get paid? Should we call them
that's a good counterpoint. I would say you get the professional tag when you make a living playing paintball. That's when you're a pro. You can compete in the pro division.
10 dudes.
20, 25 maybe.
Scotty, but no, light some people up. Light them up.
Light them up. Light them up.
Light them up. Light them up.
Oh man. Like where the biggest beef is. Probably in the media, right? So there's this show, there's that Spick and Span show, right? And I know you want this, paintball nerd. I know you want this. So paintball nerd, fucking Spick and Span and Play the Game. They both featured Tom Cole, right? Both the shows featured Tom Cole, where Tom Cole's first thing that he said is a diss against me. Tyler and Marcelo, they look at each other. They're like, should we say anything? And they're like, no, because that's the fucking smart thing to do, because they know I'm going to shoot back.
Yeah.
Greenspan, Spica. Oh, yeah, he believes in lizard people. Oh, yeah, dude, his stories are so fucking wrong. This guy put out a story that he's going to be on Dynasty. No, I didn't. So there's that, right? And I start shooting.
Do you believe in lizard people, Scotty?
No, that's impossible, man. I believe in a deep state. I do. I believe in the Illuminati. I believe there's a potential world government, right? A new world order. I believe in that. But no, not lizard people. But
I don't think there's any facts to support that. There's no facts to support a one world government coming.
We could dig into that, man. We can dig. But no, they don't give a fuck about me and you. You got to take care of yourself. Go to the gym. But yeah, so I'm shooting back at Greenspan. And then he has his editor, this Mafia Moffat guy. I've had one conversation with him, right? I've had one conversation about how to record like video games. And then I start shooting at Greenspan, and he's like, "You're making things hard for the real professionals, Scott. Go get some mental help." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude. I don't fucking know you." And if
Moffat said that?
I swear to God, Moffat attacked my mental health, and that's fucking unacceptable. So if you're gonna shoot at me like that,
attack his mental health.
Scotty's
gonna get you.
That's something where I will, if I see him at an event, yeah, you're gonna get pressed. You will get pressed for that.
What does that mean? Get pressed?
Confronted publicly, in person. So yeah, there's a physical deterrent. You can't fuck with me like that, or I'll find you, dude. We'll talk about it. We'll chop it up, baby. We'll chop it up.
Picture and imagine. Okay, there's this dude. His name's Ryan Mafia Moffat, and he's got puka shells on. He's having a great time filming the event, and then all of a sudden, Scotty sees him and approaches him. What does that interaction look like?
Listen, motherfucker, you took a real cheap shot at me. You take a real fucking cheap shot at me, and I'm telling you, you didn't even word it right, you dumbass. He didn't even word it right. He's like, get some mental health. I think he wanted to say help, but I don't know, man. He's
not a shit talker. Ryan Moffat is not a shit talker.
He came for me on Greenspan's request. That's probably what happened. So, whatever, dude. Yes, he did. I'm like, hey, man.
You think Ryan said, hey, Moffat, go talk to Scotty and tell him that. Tell him some shit.
Yeah, he did, because Greenspan's not going to stoop to that level. He's not going to get dirty, right? So he told his editor, Moffat, hey, fucking take a shot at Scotty. Do whatever you want. And that's what he did.
Man.
There's the other part of it too, right? There are people who don't give me any credit for doing this before then. There are clones of me. And not only do they not respect what I do, they take shots at me. I was fucking here first. You might have paid $15,000. You might have paid $15,000. Yeah, let's talk about Iconic. Let's talk about how Iconic paid his way into the NXL. He did. He didn't get there through hard work. He didn't. He got there through a cash payment, right?
I didn't know that.
That he bought out what was known as my fan wagon, which was owned by Cena Asmuda, right? He bought out FanWagon and bought his way into the NXL. Now, as I'm doing what I'm doing on Instagram, right, there are comments coming from that iconic paintball side saying, you're a fucking liar, you're wrong on this. So he bought his way in and he's attacking me. So that's why he's blocked on Instagram, dude. I don't fuck with that. Like, if you want to work
you
with
blocked
me,
him?
I did block him, yes.
Dude, you gotta unblock. Just let it fly.
Nope,
Let the shit fly.
I got other things to focus on, man. Like, I run a paintball field. I work my dream job 5 days a week. I fucking love it, man. So the part that we started at was me working through the NXL through my FanWagon, which is like fantasy paintball, that type of stuff, right? So I was just basically doing it for free, trying to get my foot in the door, carrying shit into Mike Peveril's car that he couldn't carry, helping Pev carry shit. That happened. So I'm putting my head down and doing the work, doing these long days for literally a flight in a hotel room. And I expect that to be reciprocated in the future, right? That doesn't happen because Iconic paid that $15K. It might be $10K, it might be $20K. I'm saying $15K.
To who? Who did he pay
to? The NXL. He paid it to the NXL himself. So FanWagon was for sale. He bought it, and that's how he got it. He might have cashed out the owner of that. It might have been Cena. So I don't know where the money went, right? But there was cash considerations paid, and that's how he got in. And now that he's in and he's official, he's going to punch at me. He's going to hop into my comments and talk shit. So I don't care. It's not like, but yo, if you want to be cool about it, that's not the way to go. So our relationship is defined by what he did when he initially got his position. And what he did was just take shots at me, dude. Fuck that. I'm not going to be like, oh, Iconic bought his way in. Like, I'm not saying that until now. I'm not saying that until now. If I said that when it first started, no.
You heard it here first, folks.
That Iconic paid to get into the NXL? Of course he fucking did. Like, come on.
Is he even part of the NXL? Like,
yeah, he's like an official media partner. He has the official awards show, right? And then you get the Iconic versus fucking Let's Talk. You get that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So the heat I have on that, it all comes from one of Let's Talk's partners who is going to back him in making an award show that was very similar to the Iconic award show. So so I have the receipts. When I say receipts, that'd be like smoking gun proof that Let's Talk is trying to do something that would step on Iconic's toes.
Gotcha.
Then you have other conversations. You have like an hour-long call with Maddie Marshall about how Iconic and Let's Talk were fighting and Iconic won. And now Let's Talk's back. It is very interesting.
So Let's Talk Paintball wanted to do award ceremony. Iconic did it instead. They had the backing of Ryan Greenspan and the Iconic Award, Icon Awards, which changed recently to the Summit Awards, right? So is that right? So Let's Talk Paintball now works for the NXL.
With the NXL. Yes, he does. Congratulations, man. Good shit.
Yeah. Why is that a bad thing?
It's not. It's just he switched sides pretty quick. He went from the resistance to the establishment relatively quick. But hey, money's money. Well, I'm not going to hate on people making money.
Vince worked for the NXL. He was doing commentating for the divisional field.
Correct.
And then something happened, which I'm not totally clear on, but he's like, fuck this, I'm out. And he like closed his social media and everything.
What the something was the fight between him and Iconic. That was the fight. That's what it was. Swear. It's on Maddie Marshall, dude. That's a Maddie Marshall tip.
Well, it's all good now, right? Because Vince works.
It is smoothed over now. Yep.
Well, would you like to just, put some gasoline on the fire?
Yeah, man. I would have to reveal some DMs about like them talking about crushing each other. Like, there are big receipts on this. I'm not really ready to reveal them unless I want to make a piece of content about it, right?
Scott,
so if I did,
come on,
man, I'd have to dig in my phone. But basically, what it was, man, is that they viewed each other as threats, right? And you have one side trying to marginalize the other. You have Vince trying to promote his brand while he's at the NXL, and you have Quinn not liking it because Quinn paid the money. So you have this guy. So Quinn paid the money. So he deserves this promotion and marketing. But you have Let's Talk, who put in the work, right? I respect that you put in the work, Vince. So he's there. The other side's there. I don't know if there's enough room for them there. There's obviously not enough room for me there, right? So
I'm there.
See. You are there.
But I'm doing voiceovers.
And you're not really, the content that you make isn't threatening anybody, right?
How do I threaten people, Scotty?
You have information. You have information that could get out there that can change the reality for somebody. And that's threatening.
You know what? I do, like we were talking about Destiny, and you mentioned speaking with B. I was speaking with B last night as well, and you know, her reasons for leaving the NXL are pretty strong. Like there's, you know, some personal stuff there. So I guess if I wanted to stoke the fire, I could do that. But it's also like, you know, I'm in this position, fortunately and unfortunately, where, you know, I could put a lot of people on blast and I'm privy to a lot of information, but it's also a breach of trust. Like if I just say something that someone tells me in a friend conversation instead of like a media conversation, it's like, well, dude, like you just said something that you weren't supposed to say.
That's why I always ask, man. Like, I'm not going to throw something up on the story, have it get 2,000 story views, and like, yo, dude, I didn't say you can say. I'm smart to the point where, hey, do I have permission to go live with this? Yes, but just censor out my name. So that's usually how it is. Some people get mad at me and they want to know who said what, but I'm giving them a platform to get the word out and to be real, but also have that protection to where they're not going to get fucking fired from their day job, right?
Right.
People retaliate, man. We're very petty. We're competitors, right? We're involved in shooting sport, right? So the people who are attracted to this are a little bit different. I'm a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, paintball is so small too. It's like, you know, if you try and piss on someone's leg, you'll realize that everyone's sitting in the same jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And you end up pissing on yourself. You know, it's like this industry's so small. So it's like sometimes you can't just let it fly. But I think you let it fly. You know, the stuff I read from you, I'm like, oh, like I wonder if that's true. You know?
Yeah, dude, but I don't have to be 100% right 100% of the time. It's a rumors page. It's a discussion page. And if a rumor creates a discussion that's going to help paintball, I don't care. I'm going to fucking send it. But I'm obviously not going to sell out the people who back me. You'd be shocked who backs me, dude. Like, and I'm never going to sell those dudes out because they would have reduced business expectancy if they were to publicly work with me.
Can you just tell us who they are real quick?
There are people with full-time jobs at major paintball companies. There are people at gun companies. There are other bigger media names who back this. There are pro team owners who back this, and 20 pros. There are a lot of pros who like me. There are a lot of pros who don't, man. Like, I'm openly right-wing, so that's going to kind of cut off a bunch of people on the left, right? If I'm saying fucking MAGA and shit like that, yo, fuck this guy. Like, I don't care what your political views are, but, yo, I'm going to express mine. I'm not going to hold back. Paintball is one of those, like, realms where I can be unapologetically me. And you're going to get all of it, dude. You don't have to like all of it, but I'm not going to change. I'm not going to, like, put on a mask and try and be everybody's friend, dude. Like, my friends are my friends.
Well, dude, I think your following and the views speak for itself. Like, there might be people within the industry that are like, oh, WillBallForSoup, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, you have over 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. You have millions of views. It's like, you know, what's really important, like, to all these media companies. You know, I speak with Go Sports. I speak with the NXL and Major League Paintball. And what's really important is that they get clicks, right? And well, fuck, how do you get clicks? Well, sometimes you got to stir the pot a little bit, you know? So, like,
and that's the thing, though. I don't fucking care about the views, dude. Like, I'm going to make the shit that I want to make. I'm going to say the things I want to say. If, like, 1,000 people or if 20,000 people watch it, dude, there are videos that I've shit out that have done hella views. And there are videos that I've spent days on that have done shitty. Like, a lot of people don't even care about the charity stuff I do. Like, there's this kid selling candy for $3 a bag just to pay for his paintball shit. I was working a corporate job at the time. I was making like $70,000 a year. Yo, I sent him $500 worth of shit. Like, no sponsors, nothing. just shit that I've had, like loader, tank, pack, mask, gun, like all of it. Just fucking sent it to him. Nobody cared. Whatever. So it's weird, dude. I'm just going to continue to do the things that make me happy in this realm and make like the most thought-provoking content, the shit I want to watch, like my real opinions. And if people watch it, great. If people don't, whatever, dude. Like my AdSense is like $100 a month. I don't give a fuck. When it was huge, like maybe the era where I was doing life stories, I was making like $250, $300 a month. Who cares, dude? So it's not worth it for me to alter like my content to try and reach more people or hit this number of metrics. I don't give a fuck. Like it's me, dude. Whatever I want to do, and it's evolved over time. I wasn't always doing like rumors and drama. There were life stories. There was a review era. There was me trying to be a role model era. Like there's different eras of soup, right? And I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this shit next year, dude. Like I'm still gonna be in paintball. I fucking love it. It's my favorite thing. But I don't know if like I'm going to be doing the same style of content even in 1 year and 2 years. It's going to always change.
You have a good voice. I mean, you do commentating for WCPPL, right?
Yeah, Mike Hinman took a gamble on me, man. Like having me go live for live content, it's a gamble. I'll admit that. But I'm like, yo, how many times do I have to say fuck? He's like, use your best judgment. I'm like, all right, cool. So we had a lot of fun in that booth. Like I was trying to keep it positive in there, right?
Yeah.
Even I was saying like Ryan Greenspan is such a good coach. He's a vampire and he knows where the other team is going off the break. He can visualize where all 5 of those dudes are going. And the Ryan Greenspan coach team is going to shoot 2 people off the break every point because he's a wizard. Like I'll say shit like that, dude. And he was right. He made some really good calls for his team off the break. They knew where everybody was going. So I'll give him credit for that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Greenspan's great. I mean, certainly. But he has that show, you know, the Spick and Span show. It's just like,
Well, he was motivated to win some points for Tom Cole. He wants those Tom Cole points. He wants the Tom, and that's my take on it, man. Like he wouldn't have tossed in his 2 cents if he didn't want to win brownie points with Daddy Tom Cole. Dude,
well,
I don't even know Tom Cole. I don't even know.
You don't know. Like I don't think Ryan Greenspan cares, but like maybe Ryan Moffat was just like, oh, I'm just gonna give this guy a piece of my mind for whatever reason. But I don't think Ryan and Spica are like super cognizant of like, okay, is this content gonna make someone upset or not? I think they're just like trying to give away shit and do their show, you know?
I guess. I think using mental health as a means to take a shot at me was a low fucking blow. It would be like if I were to
How do they use mental health?
Well, I'm talking about the Moffat thing, right? So he was like, get some mental health. And there's a story post too. I'm like, this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Dude. But it's so funny too, because like he's a good kid. You know? Like you don't know him, but like, you know, and I don't really know him that well, but I know he's a good kid.
I don't even know Tom Cole, dude.
Just like,
I don't know Tom Cole. I've never had a long conversation with Tom Cole. Like some of the OG Go Sports guys, I have his phone number. I have his phone number.
Call him.
You want me to see if it's still Tom's number? How do I tell you that? Do I tell you the first couple?
He's not going to answer.
LMNOPQRS. I do not have it in this phone. But I believe I did have it for a long time. It's funny because
what kind of soup do you got?
What kind of soup do I got?
What kind of soup you got right now?
I am like to the point where I have minimal food in my house. I have like 2 boxes of organic cereal, and that's about it. I don't have a whole lot.
What kind of soup? What kind of rumors you got?
What kind of rumors do I have? Yeah, you want to get into rumors. The big thing is how close is the NXL to getting that big media deal, right? How close or how not close are they into getting that big media deal? I have intelligence that has told me the NXL has hired a Hollywood guy, and I have his pay stubs. I have the pay stubs of the Hollywood guy. And
how the fuck did you get that?
The Hollywood guy reached out to me. He knows me now. So the Hollywood guy is showing
fired.
me. I'm sure. And I'm sure if they figure out who the fuck he is, they might retaliate. Sure. So I have a Hollywood guy who reached out to me, and I have his pay stubs from the NXL. So he's not bullshitting me on that. And his job was to get them into the room with players like HBO Plus, Netflix, that type of shit, right? He gets them the meeting with HBO Plus. He gets them the meeting, and he's texting back, hey, I got this meeting. We're up. Let's do it. And he gets ghosted by the NXL. He gets ghosted. So why did the NXL hire and then kind of shoo off this guy who's supposed to get their foot in the door?
Because he was texting you.
Possibly. I don't think that's it. So I have that. And then I also have a pro owner, right? Pro owner. And he's telling me, this is his take, that it's kind of smoke and mirrors how close they are to this, right? He's telling me that the NXL wants to give off the air that they're close to this big media deal and everybody's going to make money on it, but they're not that fucking close. So he's saying that it's a dream perpetuated to get the deep pockets to keep digging deep. You know who I'm talking about. So
I don't. Tell me.
Oh, who's the deep pockets who are bankrolling the NXL?
No idea.
Who's funding the broadcast? Who's funding
Who
that?
is it? Who is it, Scotty?
You're asking me, and you're trying to check where my brains are. We're talking about the owner.
I don't know the answer.
The owner of Impact's got that deep money, right? Owner of Impact.
What's his
right?
name?
Bart.
Who's that?
Right? Bart Yakmek. Okay,
Oh,
you got him. His deep
Never
pockets. Yes, you gotta get out of here. So we got him, right? We got his deep pockets. We got Dye's deep pockets. We got Randy Sarge Smith. He's got deep pockets. So there are people telling me that the NXL is perpetuating this. We're close to a media deal. We're close, but they're not close. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I can see the logic of, yeah, we're kind of putting this out there, but we're not close. But there are also people telling me they are close. So I got both sides in my ear on this one, man. I got both sides.
Well, you know, I know that you're boys with Hinman, and he's like, Hinman's one of my boys. I've known him for a long, long time.
Yeah, you were out there. You played in SoCal.
Yeah. And he was saying that back in the day when the PSP did a free broadcast, it's like Go Sports, but like literally anyone could go and watch it for free. They had like 200,000 watchers, viewers worldwide.
Okay.
And so even at that, like, and I'm sure 200,000 is more than Go Sports has right now. And I'm just sure because I'm assuming, I don't know, I haven't seen the numbers, but you know, if we're doing a free broadcast and 200,000 people signed up and signed up for it and watched it, and that's still not enough for networks to be like, hey, that's enough viewers. Paintball is just what paintball is. And I think we just have to recognize that it's not going to be one of those sports that gets a big media deal. We have to create the media company. That's what Go Sports is. And that company has to be responsible for getting the message out, getting it out into viewers, because it's not going to come from outside places.
But there's so many bullshit sports, right? You get fucking curling, dude. You get like the Canadian curling, and they're on TV. And you get like people just running track, and that's on TV. So we're cooler than them. We are cooler than them.
Well, to me and you, it's cooler.
It's the fucking normies. It's the anti-gun libtards. It's a gun sport. Can't have that shit. We use guns. So it's like, you know, I guess a lot of people would rather watch some dude with a broom push a little, you know, plastic disc across the ice. You know, fucking curling, dude.
They
can chisel that ice, bro. They got to chisel that ice.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. We deserve it, man. I am pro big media deal. I hope we get it. I hope we genuinely get it. I really do. But we may be further away than what's being led on.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, I'm sure we are. Yeah. Yeah, because I think the big media people are not interested because of the what our sport is. It's shooting each other.
Man, my best friend, like as a little kid, as I was getting into paintball at like 8, 9, 10, his mom came over and she saw us like shooting our little spider in the backyard. She's like, Alex, drop that gun now. What the fuck are you doing? Drop the gun. And he was never allowed to go play paintball with me just because of the left-wing values of his mom. Real shit.
What was your first paintball gun?
PMI Piranha, bottom line. And then I added an expansion chamber. I made my mom take it in, add that expansion chamber.
Only $250.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. Mechanical blowback. And then when I turned 13, 14, I had the SFT shocker. So I was shooting in the SFT as like a real little kid. And then I started getting into BST, dude. I was doing BST before I could have a fucking driver's license. And I was flipping guns as like a little kid. I had a FedEx account. My dad got me an account at FedEx, and I'd buy a gun for like $300, change the O-rings, sell it for $500. Yo, I just made $200 flipping a gun. And I still do that shit today, man. I have a good like mental like evaluation of what shit's worth and buy low and sell high.
What's that autococker worth right there?
Oh, I cannot see. Is it a twister? The red recording 43 minutes is in there.
The recording button's in there. It's a Die Ultralight custom.
Probably like 1.25K.
Yeah. You know.
1.25.
Yeah, 1.25. You know, I'll never sell it though.
No, I like
what else?
Like
what other shit you got?
What other shit do I have?
Yeah, what other shit? Put some people on blast, Scotty.
Hey, I'm gonna try and keep it a little more positive, man. No. Dude, it's just I think a lot of it is because of jealousy reasons. They're like, why are they watching this guy and they're not watching me? There's a lot of hostility between me and certain elements of the media, right? There is. And then there's other people who are in the media who are very successful who back me. So it's interesting where that split is. I wish I could be friends with more people who do this media shit. But hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, man. I'm not going to like change who I am to be more palatable for certain media people, right?
Who backs you? Who doesn't?
Ooh. I'm going to hold off.
Spick and Span show doesn't.
Definitely an adversary, 100%.
Sure.
Put Mafia in that corner. All in media. 4.0? All in media.
No, all in media. Sam, okay?
All in media, that fat fuck. Go to the gym, Sam. You're looking chubby.
Follow Scotty's workout plan.
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just go in there and I rage out. It's like, all right, I want to curl shit. I'm going to curl until I can't. I want to bench and rep out fucking 250 for like 15. Dude, it is so much fun to push yourself to the physical limits. It's a lot of fun.
Get it.
It's almost as fun as paintball.
Yeah.
I want to play more, actually. I want to play more. But this has made things complicated, right?
What has?
It's made things the content. There are a lot of people out there who are gunning for me when I actually gear up. That's great. I love it. I love the challenge. But sometimes it makes me not want to show up. So I'm way too flaky for playing paintball. I don't even show up to events. Like I need to get to more events, but that's more of a financial thing. It's not a pussy thing. It's a money thing, right? So when I was doing media, like when I was filming teams, I would go to events and I'd lose money. I would literally lose money. Sure. So even now, like the money I got from the WC to do that was literally the break-even point. So I'm not like in a financial position. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment in the suburbs, and that's $1,500 just to live in the suburbs. So it's like if I had the budget, if I had like somebody bankrolling me to get to places, I'd do it. And maybe I need to whore myself out more and sell merchandise.
Sure.
But if I don't do that, it gives me more of a moral high ground to have the takes that I have, because it's not for money, dude. It's not for money. It's for fun. It's for my own fucking gratification. It's to get things out there that people haven't heard yet. It's to get people thinking in ways they haven't thought yet. So the goal is to get dialogue going so we can move in the right direction. It's not to enrich myself. It's not to make money. It's just to better paintball and to talk about the controversies that occur in our fucking sport that we love. So I don't know, man.
It's interesting.
I'm misunderstood
because, like, I think you are. I think you could also monetize, like with sponsors and things like that. What you do, but you do. I mean, you rub some people the wrong way, and I think that's part of your appeal. It's like you don't really care about what the industry says. You're gonna give your opinion. You're gonna give your. It's not even your opinion. You're gonna share the stories that your sources tell you. And at the end of this, you're gonna share all your sources with the public, and we're all gonna know who they are. But like the most important thing at the end of the day is clicks, like eyes and ears, right? And you get more eyes and ears than most people. And how do you say that that's not good for paintball? It's a tough argument.
It's not good for paintball because it's not the narrative that they want, and it's not the narrative that they're going to make the most money on. That's what it really breaks down to, man. Like, they can't control me, so they're trying to box me in and paint me as like some sort of an extremist or a fucking crazy person. Dude, like, I am not the enemy of paintball. I am not trying to burn everything down. There's that burn it down camp, right? They're friends of mine, but I'm not in the burn it down camp. I'm more of a reformer. I'm a muckraker. It's a good word.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like, I don't want the NXL to go belly up because we need fucking pro paintball, dude. I'm not trying to destroy the NXL. That's not on my agenda. Sure. I'm just trying to have fun, dude. And the most fun that I've had in a while is running these fields, man. A lot of people don't know it. This is the second field that I've ran. The first one was in Buckeye. It was called Buckeye Extreme Sports. We tanked. And that's why I don't own anything, right? So I'm not losing money on a field that's fucking up. But me going into that field and trying to save it, I still had fun. I had so much fun. I am really, really capable of doing corporate work, high-end shit that you would never know, right? And I have done it before. I've done auto loans. I've done corporate, like, high-risk loans. I love that because you can get people trying to scam you. That's the most fun. Like when you get somebody trying to scam their auto loan. But I don't want to be in a corporation. I want to be inside a paintball field doing rad shit. Like tomorrow, I'm running this like 12-year-old's birthday party, and he's in a wheelchair. That's my Monday morning. That's my Monday afternoon is getting ready for this big birthday party for a kid in a wheelchair. And
what field do you work for now?
American Paintball. Shout out Tony.
American Paintball Coliseum.
Yes. The #1 indoor field in Phoenix. Maybe
APC.
The only one. Maybe the only one. But yeah, I've been working off and on for APC for, 5 years now? Started as like a little shift leader, worked my way up to general manager, quit during COVID, made that corpo money. The corporation dragged my ass back inside the corporation. So I was doing all that work from home. It was awesome, right? They dragged my ass back in. I can't listen to metal. I can't do my work in my underwear. I can't do my things on my lunch break that I normally do. So they dragged my ass back to the corpo, and I hated it. I'm like, can I go back to APC? I'm like, yeah, assistant manager. So I'm the assistant manager like Hank Hill.
Do they know that you're WillBallForSoup?
1,000% they do. Yes. And they tolerate it because I'm so good at my job, and I fucking love my job. And I take like a 33% pay cut with what I'm worth with my education, with my intelligence in the corporate world. I am taking a 33% pay cut to work here. I am. And
that sounds like bullshit.
One bedroom. Oh, it is, man. If what I make now versus what I made in the dog, $25 an hour to sit at home doing auto loan processing. Hey, man, looks like you don't own a boat or an airplane. I'm going to disapprove your loan. $25 an hour. Do an income calculation. $25 an hour. So, nice. Yes, I'm making a lot less money, but I'm having a lot more fun. And maybe it's unsustainable in the long term. I want to own a field, dude. Do you want to own a field?
I would like that. I would like that very much.
Like, I want to own a field really soon. And there are people
Scotty, I don't want to run it. I don't want to run it. I just want to own it.
Okay, I'll run it for you.
Perfect. Got it.
I need like 60 to 75K. I'll do it.
What do you think some of the paintball industry's main challenges are?
I feel that we've stagnated in terms of new technology. We've stagnated in terms of what our guns look like. We've stagnated in terms of like what the performance ceiling is. We have companies year after year putting out guns that are mostly the same, that don't wow me like they used to, right? So getting that magic back, I like seeing we're moving in the right direction with private label. So HK putting out all those beautiful guns. Twister's back. You even have like Free Flow making shit too. So we're doing good on the private label, but I feel that technology has stagnated a little bit on these modern high-end guns. And then the mid-end is kind of catching up. It's like you got to buy a mid-end because you're getting 90% of the performance. It's differentiating the mid-end from the high-end. I sell a lot more die rises than I do DSR pluses. Put that out there. The die rise sells really well, but the DSR plus sits on the shelf.
Yeah.
So interesting one.
Yeah.
It's just really easy to sell somebody on a mid-end. Like, okay, even when David Montgomery, right, the starting running back on the Lions, I'm like, this is the CS3. This is the 180R, which is 98% the same gun, cost you $500 less. Go with that one. I didn't know who the fuck he was. He's just a dude, just an athletic-looking dude.
Well, like you look at like Planet Eclipse, right? And it's like the M180 now. It's like, well, how much is that? Is that a worse gun than the CS3, or is it comparable?
It's very comparable. It's the same gun, dude. It's the same gun. I actually like the aesthetics of the 180. I think the body lines are more attractive than the body lines on their flagship, and that's something I'm saying. That's a fair criticism. That's not Planet Eclipse sucks. That's differentiate the mid end from the high end. That's fair.
Yeah.
Like that's
what
I'm
about
saying. Like you can fairly criticize the shit I do, but have a point.
Yeah.
Don't just be like Scott's a fucking idiot. Be like, this is what you said. This is what I think. Here's why you're wrong. That's how you do it, dude. And when
what's your biggest criticism?
My biggest criticism of who? Me?
No, like that you hear about you.
That I'm only in it to get the clicks and the views. So I will title my stuff in a way that gets the most views, right? But that's to get value to my work. But I don't care about the money. If I cared about the money, I'd be shoving merchandise and product placement down your throat every 2.5 minutes. If I cared about that, I would have taken the free gun and I would have told you that it's the best gun ever. I said I don't want the free gun. I got offered the free gun. I don't want the free gun.
What's the best gun?
The best gun on the market right now, I would say. So I think the best value is the 180, right? But if I were to shoot any gun, not the TM, because I like the old Luxes better. And they've heard that from me. Luxes need to not shoot like Gamma Cores. They need to shoot like the Shockers. So I don't like the TM. I don't even like my Lux X. So if I were to buy a gun, I would probably buy a 180. I'd buy that HK 180. Looks like a ripper.
But that's a Planet Eclipse gun.
It is. But I think that's if I were to buy something without any of the background noise, it's probably what I'd buy. I'd get like a 180. Shit shoots really nice. It shoots really nice.
So even though you have personal beef with Planet Eclipse, you still think that their guns are good.
I think that has de-escalated a little bit, right? So I had the video about how I got these scars. So I had a video up about that. And what? Was it Leds? I think it might have been Leds who commented like, hey man, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm like, hey, thanks for reaching out. And that's all you got to do. So I think that de-escalated things. I don't hate Eclipse. I think they make the best shooting guns. But when you're on top, you're not immune to criticism as long as I'm keeping it real, right? I'm saying real things that I think about your guns. Nobody's paying me to be anti-Eclipse. It's not like, yo, I got that $2,000 check from Lux to talk shit. I got $100 off my Lux. I paid mostly market value on that, and $100.
Right.
Off. But I don't know, man. Like I'm just trying to be as real as I can, as authentic as I can. Do the things I want, say the things I want to say, have fun. Like I live a paintball adventure every fucking day, dude.
Yeah, dude. Scotty, I like what you do, man. Like I recognize, like I can't even say that some of the shit that you say is not true. I wouldn't be accurate. but some of the shit that you've predicted has not come to fruition.
100%.
But who cares? I don't care. And I see you. I see you get criticized amongst the other media platforms. I've seen Tom mention it a few times, but I also think that would Tom like to have the subscribers that WillBallForSoup has? Yes.
It's based off jealousy, man.
Would Tom like to have the subscribers and the viewership? He would.
Would Tom like to have the freedom that I have? He doesn't have that freedom. He's a businessman.
Well, yeah, we have to draw the line somewhere, right? Like he can't just go. He has to be kind of in this box, right? That's just the nature of who he is. He's the president.
He's the commish. The Roger Goodell of paintball.
Yeah. So like he's got to fit in a box. I get that, but what he may not realize is that you actually mentioning Major League Paintball or the NXL, whether it be in a positive or a negative context, is actually a positive thing for the organization because you get clicks and you get views. And I think that's one of the things that's missing is like, let's look at the big picture. We're in this tiny pool called paintball, and anything that draws attention to that pool is positive. So that's my take on it. But I feel, I think you're.
I got the name change right. I was the first one to report on that. From NXL to MLP. I was the first one on that.
MLP.
I was. Sure. I was the first one to get Major League Paintball. That came from somebody who went out to dinner with Tom, and then they fucking called me. Tom took somebody out to dinner who's in my network. Figure out who that is. Where does Tom live? No. Dude, I thought that she was going to get Angle's position. Everybody was expecting that. And I'm like, oh, you nepotism motherfucker. You can't do that. You can't do that nepotism, Tom. And he didn't. He gave it to Let's Talk. So, yeah. Okay. It's okay. I'm all right.
Yeah, it's good.
But shit, dude. Like, there's certain things that I'm first at. So there was the story about gambling, right? I was like 48 hours before Iconic. And then Iconic claimed it as his own fucking story. I'm like, dude. So if I get something first, I would like credit for it first. And if I'm taking something that somebody else said first, I'll give them credit first. If I'm taking a picture from Gary Baum, I'm going to keep Gary's paintball photography watermark in there, dude. I'm not going to jack your shit without giving you credit.
Yeah.
So like even the video of the LV2 that was wild where I got a strike against my account, I had credit for the clip for the LV2. I had credit for that. But that wasn't enough. He still took down my video. Fucking Blitz Media, fight me.
Man, I've never had a video taken down. How's that feel?
It makes my blood boil. And I definitely recommend checking out the video. The worst paintball YouTuber has gone too far. I think that's what I called it. So Blitz Media got a little clap back with a personal hate vid. I'm not above that, man. If I hate you enough, I'll make a video about how much I hate you.
Scotty, can you just make one for me just so I can have one? Like Paintball Nerd Sucks or something, No,
man, you're playing shit neutral. You're doing it the smart way. Like in terms of you as a business and you as a creator, the smartest way to do it would be to be as friends with however many people as you can, right? I'm not going to fucking shoot at you after you give me an interview. Not.
Why not? Well, just do it in a way that gets me views and stuff.
Do it in a way that gets you views and stuff. Like, Zyzek's looking natty, dude. Zyzek's looking
there
natty.
You go.
He's just here to take advantage of that media wave and like stack his bread,
exactly.
Bro. He's just here for the fucking money. He's just here to stack that paper with the non-existent ad revenue. Like, what's your ad revenue?
Exactly.
$40?
No, you have any idea how much Paintball Nerd makes, bro?
Negative 1K a month. negative 2.5K.
Hey, this is a passion project, dude. That's what it is. It's a passion project.
Yeah. I wonder how you got your marketing though at the event. I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck? So you're in there, man. You're in there.
I went to Tom and I was like, hey Tom, can I put up my banner? He's like, what banner? I'm like, oh, it's about this tall, it's this wide, and I'd like to hang it up. I'm making content for the NXL. He's like, put it anywhere you want. So I put it up. That's how I got up. So
Hey, Tom, could I get VIP passes for me and my family?
No! Just kidding. You can. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Are we talking about the Destiny story?
That's an edgy one. I would expect a VIP pass if I was Destiny. I would. 100%. Like that big of a camp? Give her a fucking VIP pass, Tom.
Not just Destiny, but B Paxton and her daughter. Like, here you go.
Yeah, here you go. Like, buy her, take her out to dinner, do something, man. Make people feel like they're fucking appreciated.
Yeah. Like people that B Paxton has contributed to the sport of paintball a ton. She's grown women's paintball a ton. She's just like her life has been paintball. So it's like from a business perspective, right? I kind of look at that and I'm like, well, yes, let's hook her up. Let's take care of this person who's contributed to paintball. I don't know the full story, dude. I don't know everything. Like, I don't know the books of Major League Paintball, so I can't fully speak on it. And that's why you're here, so you can talk shit on everyone.
I'm here to get underground stories into the mainstream. I would say that, right? I don't have to be negative all the time. Like we're making content at the little 12-year-old in a wheelchair's birthday party tomorrow. That's going to be super positive, right? But I don't think anybody's going to care as much about that as they care about me going on the warpath against the NXL. So it's weird. It's weird.
We want to see the carnage, dude.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. That's why people buy tabloids. People want to see the blood in the water, and you give it to them. So
I gotta show up more and be like a real person in the flesh, though. Like I'm working on that.
Yeah.
At first, it was like I'm so fucking fat and ugly, I don't want to be anywhere. So I've kind of broken through that. And then it was like I get terrified on planes, and I'm breaking through that right now. So I'm getting to the point where I'm fully utilizing my potential and being a human being that's showing up places. So I'm working on it, man. Like there's a lot of personal development in the story. Like in getting to like this weight, getting like 275 when I was 315, 320. Like that's huge. So getting on a plane, that's huge. Like the owners of APC had to be like, Scott, stop being a fucking pussy. Fly in for this business meeting. We need you. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to put my head in my hands and close my eyes in the takeoff and landing and sweat cold sweats of nervous anxiety. But I fucking did it, dude. I'm alive. I'm still here.
What a wuss.
I hate planes. I hate planes, dude. Because if you die in a plane, there's nothing you can do to save yourself when you're dying in a plane crash. Like I'm not going to be able to pull up on the plane. I'm not going to like something goes wrong, you're done. And that terrifies me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I heard that if you go out on the wing and then jump real hard.
Gross. Like that's not the way I want to go. Like even thinking about being on a plane. But that's what's needed to show up to events and be a real human being, right?
Exactly. Be a real media persona, as it were. Scotty, what are you most thankful for that paintball's given you?
Oh man, infinite amount of friends and enemies. So the amount of like human connection that I get out of this, dude. I wake up my DMs. There's 25 people in my fucking DMs. Like, that's amazing. I love that. And everybody has their own take. I feel like there are people who ask me for advice in certain situations. Like this one guy was reffing and they had a private party and the manager stole his tips. And that's the guy who's texting me. So I'm like, yo, dude, that's bullshit. Like, do you want me to call your fucking manager? Like, he's like, I don't want this to be a big thing because like I'm going to be on their factory team and this guy stole my tips. And now this guy's winning in Division 2. Now he's winning in Division 2. There have been people who have grown up watching my content because it's been going on for so long. Like we're over 10 years of doing this shit and watching people who are like watching my shit as like, I don't know, middle schoolers, now they're graduating college. Like that's wild. So the longevity of it has been amazing. Like the human connection has been amazing. But like I'm trying to always do the right thing. And if you ask me anything, I'm going to always try and give you the best advice I can. And that's awesome. And I get a lot of that, dude.
Well, dude, I certainly appreciate what you do. Like I said, like it's at the end of the day, it's eyes on paintball, which is a positive thing. So keep going with that. And Yeah. Is there anything that you'd like to part with for the paintball community?
I think that the way to get good at paintball is to play as often as you can against the best people that you can. And if you continuously show up and you're like that guy who's always there and you're always working hard, it's going to happen for you. Somebody's going to notice that you fucking love paintball. They're going to notice that you're always there and they're going to start hooking it up. So I want people to break through that level of like, oh, I'm just showing up for rec ball occasionally. I want people to show up to team practice. Like a lot of people who come into my rec ball facility, I'm like, hey man, you're talented. You're athletic. This is when team practice is. Show up, somebody's going to pick you up. So I try and grow paintball on that individual human level. People don't see that shit. They don't see it, but I'm doing it, man. So I want other people to have that energy to where, yo, this is the formula to really get involved. Okay, dude, I was getting $20 cases of paint when I was 15 years old, 14 years old, right? So having that advantage, there were people who believed in me, who made the costs of the game so reasonable that I can show up and like, yo, I have a shitty job at Jamba Juice, but I'm still playing tournaments. So there are people who make things happen for you. And now I'm one of those people and I've made things happen for others. And that's fucking beautiful. So you don't see that shit. You see the drama, but you don't see that shit. Just letting them know. That's the parting message. Thank you for the opportunity, Zyzek.